Hey guys, it's Carrie, and before I begin my TED Talk on homelessness, I want to take you on a short little journey. So, I want everyone to close your eyes and envision yourself as a second or third grade student. You had to pack up in the middle of the night and leave your house, everything behind. You had to leave it and go stay the night at someone's house that you'd never been to before. You're late to school because your mom didn't have her car, your dad didn't have their car to get you to school in enough time, so you missed school breakfast. So you walk into your classroom not only hungry but tired as well. Your teacher asks for you to turn in your homework and you don't have it. So then your teacher gets on to you for not having your homework. You sit down at your desk and you're going to get your school supplies out, then you realize you left your book bag at your house and you don't have a pencil. You go and ask your teacher if you can borrow a pencil, and she gets on to you for not being prepared for class. Open your eyes. How do you feel? You feel kind of judged, or I felt rushed in a way and unready. I felt, when I was envisioning it, I felt that I had disappointed my teacher, and in a way that made me feel like a bad student. You may be having a lot of feelings running through your mind right now. This is just maybe a morning in the day of a life of a homeless student. Now you may be wondering, what is homeless? It's just a scenario in which a child doesn't have a constant place to lay their head at night. And when they do lay their head at night, it's not what we would consider a bed. So it could be something like a park bench, a car. They may be couch surfing. They may be staying at a shelter that night. It's just something not constant. Um, and 1.5 million children are experiencing this in America every year, and 750,000 of those students are considered school aged or younger. I'm going to let that settle with y'all for a while. That's a lot. Imagine being one of those 750,000 students that has to go through what you just envisioned every day of their life. Now, as teachers, we can help this situation and not make it all negative, and we can accommodate to these students' needs if we're just proactive rather than reactive, and we take a step back and realize that maybe there's an underlying reason why this student is tired and sleeping in my class, or maybe there's an underlying reason why they keep leaving their pencils and stuff at home. And in order for us to accommodate to these needs, we can have students have priority seating in the classroom, whether it be by close to the door so they can come and go as they please, so they can either talk to a mentor, talk to a school counselor, leave because their transportation can only pick them up at this time of day. Maybe they're riding on the city bus, or maybe grandma can only pick them up at 2:20 rather than 2:30 when school lets out. These are just a couple of ways that we as teachers can accommodate to these students' needs. Allowing students to have extra time on assignments, or maybe at the end of the day having an allotted amount of time for students to complete homework or classwork by using the resources that we have readily available in the classroom, such as computers, pencil, paper, because once they leave those school doors, they may not have those resources. And when they leave, the last thing that they're considering is homework. They're going to be more concerned about trying to find a place to sleep that night, what they're going to eat that night, and how they're going to get that stuff. So before we ridicule these students, we need to take a step back and realize that they may be going through way more stuff than we even realize, more stuff than they even may let on to be. Another way that we can accommodate to these students is by just forming a relationship with them, letting them feel comfortable, because they're going through so many psychological and emotional issues that rather than us being there and being kind of ugly in a way to these students, we can be more welcoming and warming and let them know that it's okay, and when you're in this classroom, you are loved and you are cared for. Um, so I think as teachers, we play a huge role in this scenario, and we can take something negative and make it into something positive, and showing them that we do care for them and we'll do whatever it takes to make sure that we make them as successful as they possibly can be, and hopefully further their education and go on to the next grade level and the next and the next. So next time you want to ridicule a student for leaving their pencil at home, take a step back and realize that they may be going through something way more than what they lead on to be. Thank you.